Welcome back to Trauma Recovery Anonymous and how to heal any past trauma memory. This two-part program is designed to teach the client how to break free of any past trauma memory that causes any mental disorder. It's a very simple process. Basically, in this episode, we're going to look at separating ourselves, the person we are in the present, from the aspect of us who suffered the trauma event in the past. So grab a sheet of paper and make two separate divisions. On the right-hand side at the top, write in your age and your name of who you are today. So in my case, I would write 64-year-old Richard. On the other side of the page, I write the age and name of the younger aspect of ourselves who suffered the trauma event. So I'd write down young 12-year-old Richard. And if I have a nickname for Richard, I would call him young 12-year-old Richie. So I'm going to write two biographies, one of who I am today and one of this 12-year-old child. We need the clients to see that what happened to that child didn't happen to the person we are today. They were living completely separate lives of the same being. We're two different aspects of one person. And my life is in the present moment today. And that young 12-year-old child had a life experience 50 years ago. But it's not my experience. It didn't happen to the person I am today. And I only live in this moment today. So on my side of the page, I would write down that I live on another continent, 7,000 miles away from my homeland in Ireland. I no longer live in our family home. It's now been sold. Both my parents have passed away, as have my grandparents and most of my aunts and uncles. Of my 5 siblings, one died of leukemia. I live in Thailand with my Thai wife. We have 2 adult children going to university. I'm a trauma therapist. And I'm here today making this presentation. Also, because of the COVID and the vaccines, I suffered a mild heart attack, 2 mini strokes, and kidney disease. And then the other side of the page, I put down young 12-year-old Richie lives at home with his parents and his 5 siblings in the family home in Ireland. Both his grandparents are alive, and as are most of his aunts and uncles. And he's a school child attending a local school. And I can clearly see that the person I am today is not the child from 50 years ago at age 12. So what happened to that child didn't happen to the person I am today. And all I have is this moment in time, these 24 hours. That's what we have to teach the clients. We can't live in 2 time zones. I can't be a 64-year-old man today and a 12-year-old child 52 years ago. It's humanly impossible to heal the pain of another, no matter how much we care for that person, even if that person is our younger self. I know I carry the memory of what happened to that child, and I carry sympathy pains for him as a show of support and solidarity for what he went through. But I can clearly see we're 2 distinct, different aspects of the same human being. We're all aspects of this person who's called Richard Tierney. But I'm only alive in these 24 hours. And there's a Richard Tierney that was alive in the 24 hours yesterday, and another 24 hours last week and last month and so on. And that 12-year-old child was alive in his time zone, and he suffered that experience. But the truth is, he suffered, he endured, and he survived and overcame that trauma. And how I know this is the truth is because I'm alive today. If he had succumbed to that trauma, I wouldn't be in existence today. He would have killed himself or something, but I wouldn't be alive today. So I have to accept that he defeated his trauma. He overcame it. He beat it. And for me to consider giving life to his trauma in the present is a betrayal of him and is self-sabotaging my life. What I do is when I go back and I visit his trauma and claim it as my own, I'm bringing the death and decay of that past event into my present, and it destroys everything it touches. What happened to that 12-year-old child didn't happen to this 64-year-old man you see before you today. And if you can do this exercise, you'll clearly see that what happened in the past didn't happen to the person you are today. I have my hands full today with being a husband and a father, and have 2 grown adult children in college, and paying my bills and living in a foreign country and having to deal with life and life's terms and work with my clients. I have enough on my plate today without looking for trouble in the past. What happened in the past didn't happen to me, so the cause, it was never mine in the first place to deal with. And when I can get rid of the cause, as I shared in the first segment of this, I can now get rid of the effect, because the effect was because of the cause, but the cause wasn't mine. So the effect isn't mine. And so I learned to let go of the cause first, and then with the 12-step program of Trauma Recovery Anonymous, I undo the learned dysfunctional behaviors of that disorder. Thank you very much.